Teals are making the news for the wrong reasons.
That's because the Teals, like all politicians, are a little bit full of shit. They're actually worse because they act so pious, like they're above politics.
Do you agree with everything the coalition does? The Labor Party, the Greens? No, me neither.
The guiding lights of democracy, like a modern-day Socrates, preaching about openness and transparency, blah, blah, blah.
Firstly, improve transparency
and make both sides of politics accountable
to a better, more transparent with some accountability.
All the while refusing to say which party they'll support in the increasingly likely event of a hung parliament come May 3. If you vote for a Teal candidate without knowing whether, when push comes to shove, they'll go with him or him, you're a idiot who doesn't deserve to be part of democracy.
So you don't like Teals?
I like the way Teals are challenging the Liberal-Labor duopoly and making political leaders actually think.
Sorry, I'm not sure what it is.
As best they can. I just don't like hypocrisy. I don't like politicians acting all woke, respectful, holier than thou, and then making lewd remarks to a young worker like New South Wales Teal candidate Nicolette Bowler did. Gets banned from her local salon after making a joke about having sex with a hairdresser. I don't like politicians who make a virtue of accountability but then refuse to say who's paying their campaign bills, like Sue Chapman, the Teal candidate for Forest in WA, did. Happy for donors to remain anonymous, but claims that's not at odds with her commitment to greater transparency and accountability because she encourages donors to declare themselves on her website's donor wall, whatever the that is.
No, it does seem hypocritical.
You think? What about the hypocrisy about saying you're completely independent, beholden to nobody, when the only reason you get elected in the first place is because of lobby group Climate 200, which is run by a man named Simon Holmescourt. Reckon they owe Simon any favours? You know where the Holmescourt family money came from? A company called Bell Group. That's his dad Robert addressing a company AGM. Know where Bell Group made a lot of its money? Mining, concrete, and, wait for it, big oil. The holy trinity of evil that Climate 200 and the Teals now rail against.
Well, that's...
Is a little bit of uncomfortable history to temper the sanctimonious crusade? Yes, it is. Next one's even better. Come on down, Kate Cheney. You know where the Cheney family's money come from?
Let me guess. Oil.
Her father, Michael, was a petroleum engineer who became managing director of Wesfarmers, which, amongst a host of gas-dependent chemical businesses, also owns, wait for it, Clean Heat.
Clean Heat,
the natural gas retailer, which sells a metric tonne of carbon-riddled natural gas every single day.
Made in WA for WA.
Nicely done.
Guess what Michael did after he left Wesfarmers? Became chairman of Woodside. Imagine being around the dinner table when Kate comes over for a family dinner. She's built a political career by calling the old man a destroyer of worlds.
I said I wasn't going to get angry, and I'm not angry.
Okay, but all that doesn't explain why you think the Teals should say who they'll support if there's a hung parliament.
What? Oh, yeah, that's the point of this. Voting for a Teal without knowing who they'll support is like signing a blank cheque. This election, amongst other things, is a referendum on nuclear power.
Excellent.
Now, not many people are ambivalent about nuclear power. It's pretty divisive. But if you vote for a Teal, you're effectively saying, I don't know, whatever. Let someone else choose whether we see these in Collie and Port Augusta and 5 other towns around Australia. It's just too hard.
Can we talk about this later?
That's just gutless. Teal MP Rebecca Sharkey is the only one who has signalled her intent loosely. The others, Zoe Daniel, Monique Ryan, Sophie Scamps and Cheney, all saying that would compromise their independence. They are meant to lean right. Teal is blue and green, so you kind of suspect they'll go with Dutton. But some of them, like Sue Chapman down in Forest, clearly leans left. And a 5-year-old knows what colour you get when you mix red and green. Just pretty apt for the next parliament. I'm Ben Harvey.